EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
Okay, pop up there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And Richardson completes a quick one out wide. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. You look at the defense for these Texans. They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
I always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man. And are you going to win that battle? You're going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground. Because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle him, put him down on the spot.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Richardson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Not often the 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Richardson to throw. That complete to Downs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Colts, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10, Taylor now. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23. The Colts at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That's caught right side. It's Warren. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. And he remains perfect on this opening drive. Charles now 5 of 5 and another 1st down to work with.
He's like one of those great shooters in basketball that has his rhythm, has his confidence. He doesn't think anything is going to miss right now. As far as he's concerned, he's going to be perfect the entire game. And who's to say that it won't happen the way he's throwing it right now?
Richardson going to move him around. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
This is 2nd and 8. Richardson out of the shotgun. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And now the rookie's free. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. First carry now for David Montgomery. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to get back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
2nd and 6. Stroud to throw it. Open man is Higgins. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. In motion, the tight end. Here's Stroud. Man, and he hits him in stride. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown, Houston.
Dalton Schultz, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now a 2nd and 10. Richardson. And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Richardson working from the gun. They'll let one go deep for downs. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Rigoberto Sanchez.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Jalen Knoll deep for Houston. And this will be taken at the 13. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2. They work now on 2nd and 9. As they've got it as we resume action. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 3rd and 8. Stroud looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards, the final tally. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
2nd and 10.
On the quick, right?
Stroud. It's off the mark, incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
The throwing again is Stroud. This one swung out to Montgomery.
And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another 1st down at the Colts 28. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
1st down, Houston.
Throwing now is Stroud.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
Good call there on 1st down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
They give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery.
Well, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. 4th down. Here's Stroud.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there for Indy. 57 yards.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Ball at the 23, second and 8. Richardson looking to throw this. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Now 3rd down and very long. Richardson looking to throw. Flushed out right. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Burns territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap to Stroud. He's got it to Collins, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, his third touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Here's Noel.
And I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you got to make that throw, right? That's got to be complete.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
They'll send the tight end in motion left.
And Stroud now to throw.
Eluding the pressure right.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down.
It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey.
They need 12 here. It's third down. Stroud out of the gun here. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On fourth down, the Texans send out Kai Kroger to punt.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line.
And they're on the 17-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. Now it's Richardson. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now Richardson back to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. Inside the 20. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our scores. We are back underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back. Zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Looking to throw on second down. Stroud. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Off to the races. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like...
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Calling a loss of 5. A big sack to bring up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and
long. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Man in motion left. That's Collins. Stroud working out of the gun.
And that is caught. Touchdown. Texans.
Touchdown.
Nico Collins with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans are able to add on to that lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game.
Picked up by the Pro Bowl safety, Caleb Bullock. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 33. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
On 2nd and 12, Stroud. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Montgomery, another target and catch. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
20-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Richardson to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
From the shotgun, Richardson. And that is incomplete. Pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth.
Richardson going on fourth down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Is a turnover on downs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Montgomery.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 48 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery.
Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On third down, they go Montgomery. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Montgomery. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. David Montgomery, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Well, now if they wanted to, they could move the ball up to the 1 and go for 2.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because normally the ball's at the 2 when you go for 2. But if they want it now and force a penalty to the 1, But if they wanted to kick it, right, then they just move it up.
Just move it up to the 10.
Right, move it up to the 10 if they still wanted to kick it.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25.